You! Stop right there. I know what you're thinking.
But I can fix her.
Nah, bro. You can't fix her. Why? Because she's perfect. Yo, it's your boy nugieboy. Today we're going to do something a little different and do a trailer analysis to figure out what makes Aki tick, if that's even possible. If you want to see more analyses like this, let me know in the comments below and make sure to sub so you can actually see it. Anyway, we've got a trailer to analyze, so let's get into it. First off, we're starting with the normals, and these are just my best guesses at what they could be, as we don't have any information, but you know, fun to speculate. This to me at a first glance looks like a stand medium punch. It looks really long, and I'm guessing most of her normals will be long because she wears claws on her fingers, so it's probably a great poke, right? This one looks more like a stand jab to me. Combos into itself, has crazy range as well. This has got to be crouch jab, also really big range. Kind of hits upward, and she gets a 3-hit combo off of it, so I like what I'm seeing. Some lights with some really good range. Look how far this third one hits. Also, multi-hitting strings like this are really nice to have for hit confirms, especially since it hits really far. This is definitely a sweep as it knocks Chun down. Range also looks pretty decent as she extends her body forward. But what's really interesting is that Aki moves closer after hitting it, so it might be really unsafe on block depending on how minus it is. We'll have to see, as a lot of other sweeps are generally safe in this game when spaced. Think Jamie sweep, stuff like that. As for this move, I'd have to guess this is an absurdly long stand medium kick. I really like how contorted her leg looks here. Aki is really themed after snakes, and it looks just like that. This looks like a really great poke, but they don't show her getting anything off of it, but again, we gotta wait and see, right? Here, Chun gets hit crouching, meaning this is Aki's overhead. Nothing to write home about. Seems like it goes pretty far. Probably good during a drive rush. Here we have Chun jumping at her, and Aki hits her with this crazy anti-air that hits right above her. It reminds me of Manone's 236K anti-air special move, but I really hope it can hit like at an angle too. It looks like it could have a pretty bad dead zone in front of her, but later we'll see she has a special move to cover that area, so it might be okay. Here we have Aki jumping over Chun's crouching light kick with this forward advancing double kick move, which means it's a low crush. And all I gotta say about this move is I hope it's good at dealing with crouching medium kick. One of the 4 horsemen of this game. Okay, so this is where things get really interesting. Aki stabs Chun here in this really striking pose. She looks like a T. I'd have to guess this is her stand heavy punch, maybe. And then she cancels it into either a target combo or a special move. PlayStation actually released a blog post that covers Aki Special Moves and her mechanics, which lead me to believe this is a special move called Nightshade Chaser, which we'll talk about more in depth in a sec. But the most interesting part here is if you look at Chun, she's glowing purple. The blog post states that she inflicts a status effect that slowly depletes the opponent's vitality. Vitality to me means HP, which is a little disappointing to hear because when we found out this character is related to Fong from SF6, who had a similar poison mechanic, we wondered if her poison would affect drive gauge instead of HP. I was personally hoping for that because, as we all know, drive gauge meter management is really important. We don't see any HP bars or meters in this trailer, so we'll have to cope and see. Here we have forward throw and back throw. Nothing too crazy here. Looks cool. It is what it is. And here, Aki blows a kiss to Chun. Love to see it. This is actually her projectile named Nightshade Pulse, which you'll see later on in the trailer is a slow moving projectile that poisons enemy on hit, and she actually hits Chun again by extending her claws like a sort of whip. I believe this move is Nightshade Chaser. Aki can pop the bubble early to make the area of effect of the poison much larger, and it looks like she does it right after the projectile, so I wonder if it's like a follow-up or if she could just use it separately and pop it from a distance. However, if the enemy is already poisoned, this move will actually cause an explosion called Toxic Blossom. I'm just going to call it explosion. So instead of waiting for the poison to slowly tick over time, the explosion cashes out the damage instantly, and it looks like it launches the enemy. In this case, it's pretty far away, so you know, you're back in neutral, you could go back to zoning and stuff, but I hope in the corner you could get some combos off the launcher. I think that'll be really cool. This move is really interesting as Aki swipes the air with her claws, but it has this bubble follow behind it, and the swipe actually hits Chun, and then the bubble looks like it combos her. So I wonder if she can use it as pressure. So this sequence is pretty crazy to me, as we can see the applications of the poison explosion. So Aki does a horizontal serpent slash to apply some poison. She uses snake step, which is this little slide, completely dodging Chun's Hazanshu, and she does another serpent lash, which explodes the poison inside Chun because she's already poisoned. Pretty cool sequence. And here we have Aki putting her claws into the ground. This move's called Orchid Spring, creates a puddle of poison. This one's pretty obvious, right? Opponent walks into it, they become poisoned. I like this move, kind of a space control trap. The opponent has to play around it. They can try to jump over it, which means Aki can anti-air like she does right here, or they can sit it out, which lets Aki create space, maybe go back to zoning, get her drive gauge back, stuff like that. What's even crazier is that this move recovers in time for Aki to do a vertical version of Serpent Lash to anti-air Chun, which would poison her, right? And it looks like she's going to fall into the puddle. It doesn't say anything about the puddle causing an explosion, but it would be sick to get like a combo off this anti-air if it does. This sequence, we can see Aki's really tricky movement to get around fireballs. First, she slides right under Chun's Kikoken, and then she jumps over the second one and punishes Chun for it. So yeah, it seems like she has really good anti-zoning tools, which are always nice to have, especially when you have your own zoning tools. And here we probably have one of the best parts of the trailer, Aki just slithering on the ground face up towards Chun. And I really like the details in the game of how the characters angle their heads to look at the opponent. Chun is probably like, what is this chick's deal right now? You know what I mean? Anyway, this move is called Sinister Slide, not to be confused with Snake Step, the fast slide from earlier. And she has 3 follow-ups: a big leap forward, a strike, which starts a combo, and a command grab. So here it looks like Chun tries to hit her out of her little slide, but Aki does Venomous Strike, which is the leap. Aki actually retracts back when she does it, and as you can see, it poisons Chun on hit. So yeah, she has a lot of ways to apply poison, which is really interesting. Here we can see that Aki isn't really slithering, so it looks like she can act out of it right away, maybe. And she does the combo follow-up Heel Strike. It looks really good for low profiling, as it goes right under Chun's medium kick here. Then next we have the command grab, Entrapment. This animation is absolutely insane. I love it. It looks like it leaves her really close, but the trailer cuts it short, so we can't really see. The only way I can see you getting this command grab off is if you can slither into Oki. I can't really imagine slithering really slowly at your opponent full screen and, you know, they just don't hit you out of it. So hopefully, like, you could get a knockdown, stance cancel really quick, and mix up from there. That's kind of my vision for this move. This move looks really interesting. It's called Cruel Fate. It looks like Aki is stopping her trajectory in her jump and crossing up Chun here. She goes into level 1, puts you into this giant bubble, and of course, just like other bubbles, they apply poison. So I wonder if the opponent is already poisoned, this super might deal extra damage. That would be pretty cool. And this part right here was just mwah. My jaw dropped when this part of the trailer came out. I really love like this Lolita or Victorian era dress. I don't even know what to call it. But in any case, the red looks great on her. Can't wait to see the rest of the colors. But more importantly, we get to see her in it in some more action. So here she does the OD version of her projectile, which eats 2 of JP's projectiles here. And it looks like the clash of the second projectile detonates the bubble, causing JP to be poisoned. And she slides right in for a punish. And here she uses a 45-degree serpent lash to detonate the poison. So we have a horizontal one, a vertical one, and now a 45-degree one. So this move is looking really good for space control. Here we have the OD version of slide, which goes right past JP's pierce, so it's probably projectile invul, and it actually crosses JP up, so it might be really good for getting out of the corner. And then here it looks like she does a OD Cruel Fate to dodge his command grab and leap forward to apply some more poison. I don't think this is a command grab, as it looks like it punished JP's move. Here we have a jump in of some sorts, and then the up kick, and here it looks like she cancels into slide to do heel strikes for a combo. Crouch jab, put the bubble on him, pop. Yeah, this combo looks really sick. And comboing into stance and then the follow-up like really quickly reminds me of Chun Serenity Stream combos. Here we can see her put another puddle down. JP teleports in and she blocks his heavy kick. He tries to DI, she DIs back in time. So yeah, it seems like putting the puddle down is really fast. Nice little DI combo into level 2. So there's quite a bit to talk about here. So you can see JP is not poisoned. Kind of hard to tell because he has a bunch of his own purple sparks, but when he teleports, he lands on the puddle, and we can see during the DI, he's poisoned. She combos into a move that detonates the poison for a launcher, which would get rid of it, and then into level 2, which makes another poison puddle, and then JP kind of explodes on top of it. So I wonder if these whips add poison to JP, because it looks like he gets the purple sparks again, and then it looks like the puddle explodes, possibly because he's already poisoned. So I wonder if you could do a different routing. Say JP is already poisoned before the level 2, the chains detonate the poison, and then the puddle applies poison again, if that makes sense. I'm not sure. I don't know if that's going to be useful or not, but I can't wait to experiment and see if there's like different pathways, if they do exist. He doesn't turn green, but the animation doesn't complete, so we'll have to see. I think it'll be a interesting super to mess around with though. I personally think these like level 2s that have like extra effects are really good, like JP's, Rashid's. And if you weren't interested in switching to this character, but you were watching the trailer, this is probably where you screamed in agony. She blows out a bubble and she drive rushes behind it and does the forward advancing low crush move for a combo. Drive rush looks pretty decent, but this move goes forward, so it's kind of hard to tell. But in any case, having the ability to drive rush behind your fireball is an extremely privileged gift bestowed upon you by the Cap gods. So remember to be grateful and thank them if you have one. I'm really excited that Aki has it. It's really good. She gets a nice little combo, another DR extension into this super satisfying poison detonation. Crouch jab into up serpent slash, and then level 3. And to me, this is like gotta be one of the coolest level 3s in the game. She looks so happy. So yeah, closing thoughts. If you couldn't tell, I'm extremely excited for this character. I'm in a bit of a character crisis right now, and I'm probably going to drop Manon, as she doesn't have the complexity or the tools I want in a character. It's quite a shame, but I gotta do it for my mental health. I think I'll like Aki a lot. She seems like she requires some situational awareness, has a lot of technicality, and a really unique but well-rounded moveset. I play Bridget and Strive, and I see a lot of similarities. Far-reaching moves, check. Tricky movement, check. Traps that control space, check. She's just a winner for me. One of my big hopes is that on a knockdown, she can place a meaty projectile with the bubble to, beat out level 1s and reversals and go for mix from there. That's a tool I really want, so I hope she gets it. And to be completely honest, in the words of the great Diaphone, I'm just a waifu enthusiast. I like her design, and the way she animates is really striking. So kudos to Capcom for bringing life to yet another extremely unique character. I think they hit it out of the ballpark with her. So yeah, super excited to try her out, and she comes out a lot sooner than people initially thought. September 27th. We'll see if I like her in the future, and if I do, please subscribe if you want to see some more Aki content or any content like this. And if y'all think you can fix her, let me know how. But again, she's perfect as is. It's my goal to get good at Street Fighter 6 and share everything that I find useful. So if you want to see more content like this, please subscribe. I've been nugieboy. Thank you for watching my video. Have a good one. And with that, I'm out.